uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
Shout out to y'all in there. Salute to everyone that's in the building. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game, A-Side official. No negotiation needed, period. I was giving y'all a rundown of certain topics that I'm going to speak on. I know it was no sound. I wanted to basically give you all what I call snapshots, okay? as a photographer, you have snapshots and that you provide. You know what I'm saying? It only takes a certain amount of video, just a brief set of video. I wanted to kind of give y'all an understanding of where I'm at with this topic today. Ennis expedited IBF title, but no defense, okay? And the thing about this is, I basically put it up there for you all to see how messed up it was that Crawford did everything he was supposed to do. Crawford defeated Spence on July 29th, and from July 30th all the way to November 7th is the period of window that he was able to keep and reign as the IBF welterweight world champion prior to the IBF submitting paperwork for him to be stripped if he could not fulfill their request to go into negotiations with Ennis. Now, why was that a dead-end situation? Because he was locked in contractually for a rematch with Errol Spence Jr. They stripped him. He couldn't fulfill it. And then after that, the fight fell apart between him and Spence. 3 months and 9 days, Crawford did everything he was supposed to do. And he was the reigning undisputed, two-time undisputed welterweight champion. He did everything he was supposed to do in the ring, earned the victory, and then they stripped him expeditiously. So now, this is where my questions come into play. Why was it such a haste for them to strip Crawford of the IBF championship? And what brings me to this live, it was a good topic. I was able to, I was chopping it up with my colleague, and I was kind of asking questions about a certain individual and Ennis, and I'm gonna share screen with you all, right? Let me take this down. Let me share screen with you all right quick. I want you all to see something. Okay? So those of you that's paying attention, and appreciate y'all pulling up to the channel. This is Boxing News 24. I'm not sure if y'all seen this yet, but let me stroll to the top. It says Canelo Munguia Undercard, a pay-per-view dud. Dud is something that doesn't live up to what it's supposed to. Bland. You know what I'm saying? Basic. The one name missing is Boots Ennis. I said to myself, no way, no how. No. Boots, this name right here can't be missing in action again now. He can't be missing in action. So I strolled down. It said Canelo Alvarez versus Jaime Munguia Undercard was announced today for their May 4th headliner, and it was disappointing. Mix of 3 mismatches without the one name the fans has hoped would be on the card. Jerome Boots Ennis. Jerome Boots Ennis is not on the card, y'all. Okay, let's keep it moving. Why Boots Ennis matter? Good question. Why does Boots Ennis matter in this equation? Fans don't want to pay premium pay-per-view price for a lackluster headliner without a high caliber talent like Boots Ennis in the chief support bout to make up for what the main event lacks. Oh, they're not talking about that main event that Canelo's facing Jaime Munguia, is it? So they was pretty much letting us know that it was essential to have Boots Ennis as the co-headliner. It was essential for that, to kind of bring this card up to the standards for the pay-per-view ticket that they're asking, right? It goes on to say the event organizers could have eliminated the 3 bargain bin, y'all. Bargain bin. I love these 2-word slash your throat. You know what I'm saying? Bargain bin undercard fights they added today, and just put Boots Ennis versus Keith Thurman as the sole fight. And that would have made fans happy. Let me stroll on down, though. Boots Ennis is the fighter that the PBC needed to put on the Canelo Munguia card to hit out of the park, given a low amount of interest from many fans and paying to watch this event due to being a fighter with a totally inflated resume without any talented opposition. You know what? I don't always agree with this guy. You know what I'm saying? These guys to be writing for Boxing News 24. But give it up for Dan Ambrose. He's really on his shiznick today. Old school term, shiznick. Okay, so we go on down here. The Who Cares undercard. I like that, Ambrose. I like that. You talking my language. The Who Cares undercard, y'all. The Who Cares undercard. Mario Barrios versus Fabian Maidana. Okay? I don't need to read off, you know what I'm saying? But I will. Barrios 28-2, 18 knockouts. Defend his WBC interim welterweight title against 10-year pro Maidana, 22-2, 16 knockouts, who has fought lower level opposition his entire entire career and isn't ranked in the top 115, y'all. Yeah, you heard it, y'all. 115 by any of the sanctioning bodies. He's not ranked in the top 115. Okay? That's Mario Barrios. You know what I'm saying? I like Mario. I like El Azteca. You know what I'm saying? As a boxer. Next, Brandon Figueroa versus Jesse Magdaleno. Figueroa defends his WBC interim featherweight strap against former WBO super bantamweight champion Magdaleno, who is coming off a loss to Raymond Ford. And shout out to Raymond Ford. We haven't forgot about you, man. Epic Rocky moment for you. And then you have Stantionis against Maestre. Okay, 14-0, 9 knockouts to Stantionis. Will make a defense of his WBA welterweight title against 37-year-old two-time Olympian Maestre. 6-0-1, 5 knockouts. I don't like Olympian Maestre because he got caught cheating against Michael Fox. I don't like the guy. And that's when he had like 2 to 3 professional fights. And his corner came in there and wrapped his hands against the rules. You know what I'm saying? Massaged the padding away from the knuckles. I don't like the guy, man. You know what I'm saying? I just don't, man. You're a 2-time Olympian. And these 2-time Olympians come over here, not all of them, but you know, they act like they still not ready. Like, why would you have to do that in professional ranks? It's not going to boost your freaking resume up anymore. Anyway, this is about boosts. Okay? So, the reason why I showed you this card, because Jaron Ennis is not on this card. And, you know, looking at it, Canelo Alvarez didn't want any of the brothers on there. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get the benefit of the doubt as to why Ennis haven't defended his title yet. I'm just curious because Canelo did not have him in the lineup. And all I am is a concerned consumer, one who have paid and supported these fighters, the past, present, and right now I'm disappointed. And I'm trying to find a reason to get back in the seat, buckle up, you know what I'm saying, and try to go on another flight in boxing. You know what I'm saying? I got to get back active in these fight cards. I've just been taking care of some business. But let me get up out of here. I just wanted to show you that Jaron Ennis was supposedly, allegedly going to be on that card, but he's not on the card at all. You feel me? So, back to what I was saying about Crawford. Crawford won the titles. He was able to reign as IBF champion, undisputed welterweight world champion for 3 months, 9 days. Now, if I provide you this clip right here from November 7th to April 9th, which is where we at right now currently, result of 155 days, 5 months, 3 days, including the end date. And I want to ask you, along with myself, a rhetorical question. Why in the hell has Jaron Ennis not defended his title yet? If they were such in a hurry to get this title, and that's what they felt good, they felt like it was it sufficed. Why haven't they stepped through the ropes to defend it in 5 months, 3 days now? 5 months, 3 days. They had to hurry up and expedite this title in the hands of Jaron Ennis. And he has not defended it. What is going on, man? Will he be the only champion to get elevated and then stripped without a defense? Now, it's going to look crazy, especially to the IBF, if Terrence Crawford gets a fight for a 154-pound unification and Jaron Ennis is still sitting on the sideline, in the gym, getting in work, sparring and all that. It's going to look crazy, bro. And I'm not saying it's going to change anything. All I'm putting out there is an effort to make people aware of how this looks in boxing. You know what I'm saying? And how it comes off. It comes off like this is not equality. This doesn't make any sense. Where is it in the rule books? This man is going on 6 months. Now, per the IBF rules, right? They say a mandatory defense obligation in its respective weight class from mini flyweight to cruiserweight to finish championship within 9 months after its acquisition. Of course, in the heavyweight division, it is quite different. It's a year. But they say within 9 months after its acquisition by him, a contest scheduled for 12 rounds against a leading available contender as a designated by the championship chairman. So the only thing, once again, I want to place a inquiry out there to Team Ennis, and this is strictly boxing, nothing personal. I just feel some type of way that, you called up FedEx to get the chip, right? But now you acting like dial-up. You know what I'm saying? You act like, you waiting on a stork to deliver some news to the general public. I didn't know mail carrier was doing that still. I thought we was straight up mobile across the board. Just like your title was delivered to you, they dropped it off. Team Ennis, here's your package. Enjoy. And they left. But now, seeing you not defend that same IBF, I've been looking up at the skies. I say, you know what? Storks ain't never been all black. No, that ain't no stork right there. That's a goddamn crow. Let me see. What else? I've been looking up at the sky to see if I can see a long-billed stork delivering a message. You know what I'm saying? To the general public that you have a fight coming up. I said maybe I'm thinking about too much of AI technology. You know what I'm saying? When I'm thinking about this, I'm asking their Team Ennis. You all wanted the title in a hurry, but you have been slow to act. Once you had the title, WCS just want to know who's your next opponent. What do you have in mind? I haven't really heard anything from the media over that way. Not finger pointing anything. I'm not. But I'm saying I haven't heard anything from that side of the woods, that neck of the woods, as to when your next fight. I'm feeling a bit stupefied. I just want to know. If you needed it so quickly, you definitely need to get on the ball, because you didn't hear what they put in the article. You know what I'm saying? The words he was using. Huh? I mean, he could have very well used those words about you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be on your second division and they say you're on the sidelines, aging badly, waiting for a crack, you know what I'm saying, at the champion. Something, we just need answers to at this moment. You know what I'm saying? This could have very well been you that was in this article where, he was talking and using those words the way he was, to explain the disappointment. Words like inflated. People are going to start to think like, why did you need the title so quickly if you wasn't in a hurry to jump in the ring and fight somebody of notability? Why? It makes no sense, man. It makes no sense at all. Let me find something right quick. This listen to this right here from a different article, right? This is the old school article that I fished. I throw my hook up there. I say, let me go back in the archives and cuz I'm basically providing a boxing curriculum. So I went back into the old articles that I had, and this one was titled Jerron Boots Ennis' first words after becoming IBF 147-pound champion. What's gonna be their excuse now? Oh my God. Come on now. That's what Jerron said. What's gonna be their excuse? Okay, let's go into this. Let's dive right into it. You know what I'm saying? Only 4 feet of water. Don't worry. It says, Jerron Boots Ennis gave his first words today on being elevated to the new IBF welterweight world champion. Okay? Let me take this down. I don't want you to be distracted. Okay? It goes on to say, the name that pops up as the primary target for Boots Ennis is the fight is former unified welterweight champion Keith one-time Thurman, who has been sitting on the sidelines, aging badly, waiting for a crack at Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. This article, okay, I want to bring you up to date, was wrote November 10th, 2023. You know what I'm saying? Just days after Ennis received this expedited package with the IBF welterweight world championship belt. Let me share this screen with you right quick. Let me share this screen with you. So they talk about now that the 26-year-old Ennis has been elevated to the IBF champion, there shouldn't be any more excuses from the top dogs. And you know, obviously, the top dog names, they had to act like these was the targets from Ryan Garcia. Okay? Okay. I'm showing you what's on here. That's why I had to share screen now. Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Rashidi Ellis, Cody Crowley, Alexis Rocha, Stanthionis, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence Jr., Giovanni Santillan, and Terrence Crawford. Those are the obvious targets for Boost. And some of those names are that 140-pound division. You know what I'm saying? Okay, moving on. Some of those names, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, and Ryan Garcia, they wasn't at 147 pounds. But anyway, it goes on to say Terrence Crawford was relieved of his IBF welterweight title yesterday by the International Boxing Federation due to his inability to abide by the sanctioning body, which wanted him to defend against mandatory challenger Jerron Boots Ennis. So the IBF wanted Crawford to defend, wanted. You know what I'm saying? He's relieved of his title because the IBF, due to his inability to abide by the sanctioning body. So the jury is still, in deliberation, and they really got sleeping bags up in there because it's going to take them a while to try to figure out why the IBF was in a hurry to strip Crawford of this title. It goes on to say Crawford inherited, Spence IBF obligation when he defeated him last July. So, Boots Ennis became his problem once he won the strap. Unfortunately for Crawford, the IBF wouldn't give him an exception due to his rematch clause with Spence to put his mandatory obligation to the young Ennis on hold. So, if 9 months is the stipulation or requirement that you place upon your champions, and Errol Spence fought Yordenis Ugas April 16th, 2022, so we do the math, 12, 13, 14, 15 months, right? We stepped in the ring with Terrence Crawford, July 29th, 2023. So Spence fought Yordenis Ugas in 22 and fought Crawford July 29th. So did y'all provide Errol Spence with some type of special extension? You know what I'm saying? What was this about? Because it's not adding up to what the IBF sanctioning body says, or maybe I may be off. I may be reading into it and expecting them to have integrity. I don't know, but it don't say anything in this article about extension. Let me go down further. If the IBF had allowed Crawford to hold on to their title while taking a rematch with Spence next, he'll be stripped soon after once it was cleared that he wouldn't defend the belt against Boots Ennis. It would have delayed the inevitable by the IBF allowing Crawford to hold on to that belt for a little longer. It was already several months. It was already past a year. It was already past a year when Spence stepped in the ring as the IBF, WBC, and WBA Unified Welterweight World Champion. So I'm curious to know, like, did I get the dates mixed up? Was it somewhat like Coachella? Was it just a laser? Did they create some type of fight that really actually didn't take place? I'm trying to find out, how could you allow Spence to fight April 16, 2022, step in the ring July 29, 2023, which is well over a year. But yet you say your fighters have 9 months. What was the extension? And why would Spence get an extension? Why would he get an extension? Because him and Crawford was in negotiation. Crawford fought Albanesian, right? Why wasn't Spence mandated? You know, when he didn't get the initial fight, I don't know why he wasn't mandated for that particular fight when Crawford fought David Avanesian. It was at the end of 2022. We didn't know when the fight was gonna happen. It was nothing for certain with Spence. So being that Spence was a unified champion, why didn't you all mandate him to face a IBF mandatory? Why? Let's do the math. May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So if he fought Ennis Ugas in April, and we go all the way down to December, once again, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. January would have put him in 9 months. But yet, Crawford fought Avanesian in December, and Spence didn't fight anybody. So when they came up on 2023, the only thing that was being spoken about is potentially they making a fight. You know what I'm saying? It was rumor mill that Spence and Crawford was making a fight. So he wasn't locked in contractually. You know what I'm saying? Why did Boots Ennis relocate if that's all he had to do was just stay where he was at? Why did he relocate? He could have just stayed right there. He would have been straight. Why didn't they pick up the pen? Like, if Crawford was fighting David Avanesian and he was already locked into a fight, that means Spence wasn't locked into a fight. He had just got out, of a fight with Ennis Ugas, and heading into 2023. Couldn't he have did something? Couldn't he have, fought? He wasn't locked in with Crawford. Why didn't he make that fight? You trying to tell me once again Crawford had the power when he was already locked into an Avanesian fight in Omaha? Why couldn't a fight be scheduled between him and Ennis? 9 months would have been January. Who did Ennis fight in January? Y'all remember? Who did he fight? Y'all remember? Because this don't make any sense how they was hurry up to strip. They was in a hurry to strip, but the requirements not making any sense. So in January 7, 2023, he fought Korean Chudikin, right? Because that was for the IBF interim welterweight world title. Okay? So we all know he fought Korean Chudikin. We already know that. So my question is, why couldn't it have been Spence? He could have got that fight out the way, and then we could have went into negotiations with the Terrence Crawford fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, since they was talking about he couldn't abide by the regulations that was therefore set in stone, they could have made that fight happen. Let me go over here to the chat right quick. Let me get back to that. A lot of this stuff stands because they don't want, they want you to read into the fine lines or whatever, but no, they don't want it to make sense to you. Shout out to Andrew Charles in the building. I see you. You know what I'm saying? What's up to Mr. Golden in the building? OG, salute. Andrew said, I am receiving no audio. He receiving no audio. Mike on deck, I see you in the building. Shout out to the XO Factory on deck in the building. Salute to you, man. I see you. Andrew said, it would be nice to see Boots defend his gift title at least once. Dude's in his prime and doing diddly squat except dreaming about a Crawford fight. Man, you ain't lying, man. You're not lying. That's all I'm saying. What is up with, the paperwork? Why wasn't this spread out? Like Spence got out from Udenis Ugas. He has a unified championship. Crawford walked away from negotiations and fought Avanesian. Why couldn't Spence fight at the beginning of the year? If it was such a problem, I mean, if he had to defend his title within a certain amount of time, why didn't they, find Boots if he was out there? You know what I'm saying? He was the IBF, right? Interim champion. Why couldn't? I'm saying, why couldn't they do it? Did he really need that Chudikin fight? Or he could have fought Spence? Come on, man. If it's gonna be about politics, keep it that way. Don't try to act like, well, the IBF stripped Crawford because he didn't abide by the IBF rules and policies. No, man, it's politics. Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz, more the OG in the building. I see you. NYT on deck. What's good with it? Salute WCS back with another one. Yes, sir. You already know. Big Bunsen Boxing, the gold in the building. Salute to you. Allegedly, Jay has confirmed that Crowley gonna fight Boots in June after he fights that dude, the bid he won. He's supposedly gonna fight Boots on the Tank card in June. So pretty much, if he's gonna have that fight in June, and it's April, I'm saying Crawford still may be able to get in the ring before Boots even defend his IBF championship. Crawford would have been out of the ring while the title was stripped and potentially go and fight at 154 before Boots even get in the ring. It's not for certain. I haven't really heard nothing, on a potential fight with Crawford or whatever. Well, we still got our ears to the street. Arnold Brown on deck, what's good? Bud gonna stop Canelo on deck. What's good with it? Barrios was supposed to fight Boots on Canelo card, but he's not. But Barrios fighting on that card still. Man, I heard the Barrios situation. I mean, not that per se, but it's no other. It's Hispanic fighters on there, and Stantionis, of course. But I don't know why he's not on that card. I don't know why he's not on that card. It doesn't make any sense. They was in a hurry to get that title off of Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the News by Shaw News Sauce Experience in the building. Team Tucker official on deck. He said the stripped Crawford and Boots have been in the ring since getting the belt. Boxing business. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out what was the hurry, and why don't they have a sense of urgency now? You know what I'm saying? Why don't they have a sense of urgency now, though? They should strip him unless he's going to babysit the belt. I get it. Has not defended the belt. Where they do that at, you strip the champion. You strip the champion only to have another champion sit and wait. You know what I'm saying? Not doing anything. Let me get back right here right quick. This article, it says Crawford fans are broken up about being stripped of his IBF belt, as they feel that he should have been able to hold on to it for a little bit longer. Now, this is where the article begins to take that turn of idiotic, stupidity, you know what I'm saying, a casual boxing fan, even though you're an author writing about boxing. I don't know where the Crawford fans are all broken up. We feeling pretty good. Do you think the high that we was on July 29th pretty much dissipated in that short period of time? Are you out your mind? We were still celebrating, buddy. So you can't put us in that. We were still celebrating. Seriously. You say, even if you want to go along with Crawford fans, it seems stupid because he had already made it known that he only wants the big fights with the remainder of his career and wouldn't have returned to the 147-pound division to fight a young guy like Bruce Ennis, who isn't well known to the casual boxing fans in the sport. It said the IBF belt must have felt like a hot potato for Crawford because to hold on to it, he would have needed to delay the lucrative Spence and take on the young 26-year-old phenom. Bruce Ennis is a fight that many boxing fans believe will be a 50-50 affair. Yeah, okay. So I need this understanding too. If Crawford fought David Avanesian in December 2022, why couldn't Crawford fight Ennis? Because it was a high risk, low reward type of affair. If you want to talk about affairs, you know what I'm saying? You want to talk about affairs? Hold on for a second. So if they want to talk about affairs, you know. So it goes on to say, and this is an article that was written last year, y'all. And peep this out. They put the belt where it's supposed to be because now somebody got to fight. Okay? Everybody say they want to be a champion. Here's your chance, said trainer Greg Hackett to YSM Sports Media, reacting to Jerron Boots Ennis being made the new IBF welterweight champion. It goes on to say, he, Ennis, worked for it, did what he had to do, and now we're going to see who steps up. Now it makes it interesting because now he has something to offer for those who say he ain't got nothing to offer. I think this is a travesty to say that he has something to offer when he didn't earn it to begin with. Somebody gave you something just because it's in your possession, and the way you got it brings more value. It advances or increases the appraising value. That's not the way it works in boxing. You know, people just don't have that respect they do when you step in the ring and earn it. Vice, you're receiving that notification in the mail, knock at the door via the ring camera. Mr. Ennis, you home? Oh, great. Here's your briefcase. You know, they're not respecting that, brother. They're not respecting that. So you can't say, nana, nana, boo, boo, I got the title, so it's up to you. No. It goes on to say, fighter always want who got the crown. And Ennis got one of the crowns, so they're going to have to fight him. You can't try and run around him. It's not a situation like that. Oh, it's not going to be enough money. Or, oh, no, I ain't F with that because he ain't got no belts or nothing. So why would I fight him? No, you got to fight him now. That's what I love about it. Well, listen, it sounds good when you put it in phonetic scripture for others to read. I get it. But who was paying for this again? Were you talking about who again? Were you talking about Showtime? Who was going to pay for this fight? Seriously, if Crawford at that point in time, you know what I'm saying? If Crawford was locked in as a unified champion and you all was able to get the belt stripped from him, so he's supposed to pay for stripping the belt. So you're supposed to take a belt that he earned inside the square and he's supposed to pay you to get it back? Is that the route, or that is the impression that we're trying to leave amongst these boxing fans who are already discouraged? You trying to tell me that's what we're doing? He's supposed to pay you because you got a belt that's rightfully his. He's supposed to pay you to get the belt back when you stole it? No, man, it's not something that he needs. He don't need it. It's already been recorded and everything else. He is a two-time undisputed. So if you got the belt, then you got to find a way to make it worth his while. And we've seen, y'all. I put it up there already. We see how many days he's been inactive. We see how many days he's been inactive. I put it up there already. You know, for those who may not have seen it, you know, Boots has been inactive 155 days. All of those quotes that was coming from over there about what you're gonna do now. He has a title, you know, you can't say he don't have nothing. Well, he didn't win that title in the ring. So 5 months, 3 days, currently, still no fight. I don't know now. You know, this is what the archives do to you. It goes on to say, y'all, you can call him whatever you want. Now you got to fight him, said Hackett, reacting to boxing fans calling Jerron Ennis an email champion. Whoever the first victim is going to be, what are you going to call him now? It don't matter. I like Greg Hackett, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Greg, you was very active on the mic. But your boy been out over 5 months and he hasn't fought nobody. Whatever you wanted that championship belt to do, or whatever you thought it was gonna be as far as value goes, it's not. That IBF championship is no different than a clearance rack at the Salvation Army or Goodwill. Ain't nobody fought that man. His stock hasn't risen or anything, man. Nothing at all. Nothing has became of him stripping that. And these obvious targets, where are they, man? Where? Any one of them? I haven't seen none of them, bro. What are we talking about? I haven't seen none of them. This is crazy. This is a wild article right here. But it was good to be able to go back into the archives and pull it up just a little bit. Because, see, WCS is trying to figure out, like, was this part of a ritual? You know, was Crawford supposed to be stripped before he even won the titles? Did they have this planned out already? Like Jerron Ennis submitting that to Crawford, getting stripped, and then the fight with Errol Spence. I mean, the rematch clause with Errol Spence. He's punching passports. Didn't give no indication that he wanted the rematch. And then it falls apart at the first semester of this year. How does that work out, though? You already knew, because Espinosa put it out there that the fight wasn't going to happen in 23. So you could have very well got this fight over with so we can be talking about something else. But y'all kept Crawford locked in, knowing he couldn't do anything from a contractual obligation. And then it went away. And then soon after that, the rematch clause evaporated. Spence came out with a freaking masking tape over his eye and saying he had to have cataract surgery, y'all. So you tell me what it is. Is it the IBF not abiding by their own standards, saying that, you know, a champion has to defend in 9 months and all this other shit, when clearly, let's do the math again, May, June, July, 13, 14, 15. 15 is a higher value than 9, last time I checked. So why was Errol Spence able to carry on all the way until he fought Crawford without going in there July 29th being a unified champion absent of one belt? Why you didn't strip freaking Errol Spence of that IBF title? Because y'all thought he was going to win? I bet if EJ would have came up out of there victorious, I guarantee you when it came up to his 101 day, I guarantee you they weren't going to strip EJ and get that belt to Dan Jerron Ennis. They would have been trying to schedule a fight. That's if Crawford didn't activate his rematch clause. You thought I forgot? I guarantee you they wouldn't have been stripping Ennis because they wanted to promise. You know what I'm saying? They want to say, don't worry about it, Jerron. Your loyalty, you have credit with us. You're shown to be a loyal boxer. Loyal. So we're going to reward you in the end. That's what they told him. We thank you for your morals and principles. We thank you for not going over there to BLK and show it your loyalty. We thank you for that. We're going to reward you with the title. And though you're going to receive backlash for the way that you're going to receive this, it's up to you. What do you want to do? I want that. I want that title. I want to be a world champion. Okay, then we're gonna get you the world champion. We're gonna submit the paperwork. They can't do anything about it because the rematch is much bigger than a fight with you. So they're not gonna be able to oblige or concur or sign to make this fight happen. You are pretty much in the clear, buddy. Expect the notification to hit your inbox. About 33 days. You good with that? Okay. And that's exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember hearing any headlines break or any quotes that people were saying that Jaron Ennis rejected the IBF to strip Crawford of his title because he wanted to be a true champion and try to face Crawford the right way. He wanted to be a true champion and earn the title in the ring. I never heard any of that information come out. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody in the chat, any of the boxing scholars heard anything else, please let me know, okay? Let me get back to this chat right quick, like. Nothing surprises me anymore. The commission are gonna set up who they want to set up. It's F the fans and always will F the fans when it comes to boxing. I can see where you at with it, man. We do get the shaft, so to speak. We do get, blades in our back, in our spinal region. You know what I'm saying? We are always getting, slapped in the face. We always have to pretty much deal with the hocus pocus and the puppetizing of the media with fake news. You know what I'm saying? All the time. Shot News say the deal was in play. Spence was supposed to win and move up. Crawford won, and it messed up the deal. Per my sources on Twitter, boxing internet widows. Hey, man, they tried. I said this the day after the fight. Bud put a glitch in the matrix. Don't go up there trying to configure the matrix if you're not for sure the outcome is going to be what you want it to be. Leave it alone. Don't come playing with the matrix. If you're not for certain that the results are going to be what it is, don't try to hooks the primary players back up to go back in there and fix it. Leave it alone. It wasn't meant to be. And said it wasn't meant to be. That man Boots Daddy said no, like Red Pop's trying to get the beach cruiser back. It's crazy that known. It's crazy that known of an internet widow insider knew about the deal. Yeah, man. People up here saying they knew from their sources about it, but yet they couldn't prepare the general public. They couldn't make the changes. Like, I would have liked for somebody just to leak the information that if Bud Crawford won that fight July 29th, he would be stripped. He would be stripped, y'all. I just wish somebody would have let us know. He would have been stripped in 101 days. I wish somebody would have told us that. You know what I'm saying? Because we was on a high. Team Crawford, we was on a high, man. We was basically eating up all the types of fish you can imagine. We was gorging ourselves with that shit, man. Fruit punch, 7-Eleven slushies, all that, man. It was a good time. Crumbs everywhere, didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Didn't care what the crumbs were. Only thing Canelo fighting that worthy is in sleep right now. Let me see. Thing Canelo fighting that's worthy is his sleep right now. Hey, man, at least the author said, that his fight card was trash, pretty much. Man, Bud keep this shit up. He would never get another fight. Man, he's supposed to be doing what boxing requires him to do. Go in there and put on a show, perform. He's a prize fighter, right? Right? So he go in there and get prize performances. He get championship prizes. You know what I'm saying? He get the results that he want, and he got the belts. but yet they stripped him of partial of his reward. They stripped him, you know what I'm saying, of a belt. And they have no reasons for doing that. It don't even fall within their guidelines, people. It doesn't even fall within their policies. He's talking about, they continue to talk about he inherited. Well, why did you extend Crawford's IBF not Crawford, Spence's IBF? Why are you extending it? Why you extend it for him to fight Crawford on July 29th? Why? Crawford fought Avanesian. Why couldn't Spence fight somebody? If it was Ennis, he should have fought Ennis and then Crawford fight the winner, because they wanted the money. They wanted to get that big payday. Just like it was said earlier. They thought that Errol Spence was going to win the fight. Say, Internet Boxing Widow Twitter sources say Boots made his deal, but Crawford didn't lose to Spence. He definitely made the deal. And Spence did definitely lose to Crawford. Absolutely. Collins say, Ennis still no fight date. Still not signed and associated with Espinosa. He is in no position to be a free agent at all. Worst team in boxing. Dang, Collins coming with the heat. Shout out to Smoke Session Sports and Entertainment in the building. Salute to you, man. What it do? Showtime gave Boots Cusio Clayton, Coran, and Villa. Let that sink in. Spent $400,000, all purses included. Oh my God. No, you didn't do that, man. No, you just didn't combine 4 fights for $400,000 total. Combined. Dang, man. That's crazy, man. That's crazy right there. But, they was talking about, no excuses now. What excuses now? Well, what you did was relieve yourself of the enforcement. You relieved yourself because you got the IBF, and now nobody's even talking about anything. Like, I'm asking when you're going to get back in the ring. It's been over 5 months. Y'all gave Crawford 101 days, but you're sitting on +5. 5+ months, man. +5. You're over now. Shout out to Sir Senior in the building. Boost was never the plan for Spence. Look how they trying to get Spence in the same camp with Boost now. I know, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, we all knew that, Sir Senior. You know what I'm saying? We knew that Spence was from around their way. And they wasn't going to, they wasn't going to allow that to happen. No way, no how, man. They wasn't going to allow it to happen. No. It wasn't going to allow it to happen, bro. You made a good point with that. If Spence them is crazy, if Spence is crazy enough to go over there and get in training with them cats over there, and that may be a future opponent for you at 154, I ain't got nothing to say about it. I mean, maybe Shaw News got some positive words of wisdom. No, I don't have anything to say about it. Bill's Boot Camp on deck. I see you, man. What's good? They kept canceling his purse bid for Crowley, but they stripped Crawford. Crawford messed the play up July 29th. None of the internet widows know about the deal with Mr. Peoples. There's been fighters in the past that do make deals, man. It just be good if we can get some of that on video. I'm not encouraging someone to be a snitch, but it would just be good for the YTC community when we're talking about this boxing to kind of have our solidified, our validated sources, official sources, because audio will put a rest to all that. We had the audio. So those of you that's out there in the streets that you don't really get credentials or attend the fights, maybe you should start, trying to get that crucial audio, find out if you can, get some things, and then, try to get somebody to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So we can have concrete evidence about this shit. If people making deals, under the table handshakes, you know what I'm saying, doing all that behind the scenes. We need evidence. We need pictures, audio, something. You make good money with that right now. Because there's too many people here want to be first. They want to be first to drop the news. But what they're doing, they're dropping fake news. Why is Boots so quiet? He has a chance to be the king of the hill, but refuses to campaign for it. Collins is talking that talk. He said, why is Boots so quiet? He has a chance to be king of the hill, but refuses to campaign for it. That's telling me he truly don't want to fight Crawford. Man. If you ain't never put that on the billboard, I thought the whole quest, I thought the whole quest in this day and time, people co-sign for stuff so much. Like you heard the aerosexual channels, saying it wasn't that big of a deal with Boots to get the title. They was up here finger pointing at Crawford. He should have known better. He know he inherited. He grandfathered, Errol Spencer's mandatories. He know he inherited that. So he been around the block a time or two. He been on the wrong side of the street. Why he didn't see it come? They was making up excuses, blaming Crawford for it. When in reality, real time, we know that was messed up. We knew it was messed up what they did. Man, you ain't never lied. He had the chance to be king of the hill. I'm just a bill sitting on top of Capitol Hill. He could have been on top of the hill. But he don't want that fight, man. They never wanted to fight. They just wanted to, play nana nana boo boo. I got your title. What you gonna do? Boots better not take Crowley lightly because he could get his ass beat. I don't know, OG, man. I don't know about him getting his ass beat by Crowley. I have to see it to believe it. I know how he looked in there with Coran. And there was certain moments in there, I just never could see Crawford performing like that. He just didn't have a plan B or C. People praise Crawford. Look, this is where it goes all bad. You know how you had that movie Breaking Bad? This is where it goes all bad for their comparisons to Crawford. It's more than switch hitting. It's more than switch stance, okay? It's the boxing IQ that separates them. If you're listening, Team Ennis, it's the boxing IQ. I could never see Crawford performing the way Boots did for that interim title. The way he fought Coran. Not having a plan B or C. What separates is the boxing IQ and being able to make adjustments. The word was that Crawford, the only reason he started off orthodox was to collect data. If he does it against Spence, he's going to get KO'd. Well, we all know that he started off southpaw, so that went to bed. We also found out that he didn't decide to fight, supposedly, in the southpaw stance until he was walking out. How does that slap you in the back of your head? You know what I'm saying? With a handful of Vaseline and then get a wet towel and pop you in your left cheekbone with it. I mean, come on, bro. Come on, it's IQ, bro. That was all in with that shit trying to sabotage Crawford, shaking my head. Them dudes all dirty. Man, they tried their best, man. They got a piece of it, though. They got a piece of the pie. You know what I'm saying? They got a piece of it. They got the IBF, but nothing has become of it. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I remind you all, Ennis is at 155 days strong without a single defense of a title that they were so in a hurry to get. 5 months, 3 days and counting. Remember, I put it up there, y'all, because I haven't really been hearing the aerosexual channels talk about this. PM on deck, he said the commissions are all about making as much money as possible. That's why EJ, before his loss, and Canelo could do whatever they wanted. I get where you're coming from with that. I mean, we all know that boxing is a business, but this dives a bit below. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about septic tank, sanitation, emptying the septic tank, going down there looking. No, this is, actually sticking your hand in a septic tank and trying to find a penny that you drop down there because you saying it will have value later on in life. That's how I feel. How dirty this shit was. You're gonna reach down and go do paperwork on a champion that did it the right way. You know him very well. He cannot concur with your request. And the fighter himself get the title and then say no more excuses. We can't do that. We can't do that. No, we can't overlook that, man. It doesn't have anything to do with being personal. He accepted it. He said, now I'm going to step on him. Now it's no more excuses. What now? It wasn't like, this is not the way I would have wanted to get my first world championship. But it is what it is. It's paperwork out there for a reason. And the IBF, it ain't had nothing to do with me. The IBF sent him, per their policies and guidelines, and nothing I can do. Don't come to me. Man, get out of here, please. Casanova said Boots should go to 154 where all the big paydays are at. Why he at 47? Good question. Because he's a big 47 pounder. That's what they say, right? Boots is huge for 47. I just don't want you to be another Spence. Don't stay there too long. And then they start talking about the reason why you picked up your first loss, because you was weight drained. Man, you already big for 47, man. How long do you all think it's going to take for Boots, who's waiting on Crawford to vacate the belts, right? How long you think it's going to take for him to try to unify the division for 147 pounds? It's going to take him to 25, 26. I'm talking about 20, 25, 26. Because these titles are not all in one hand. Once Crawford vacate, yeah, they're going to be this, that, and the other. It's going to be all over the place. I don't know. Don't wait too long. Where did EBT get them EJ workout pictures for? Where did EBT get them EJ workout pictures? Well, check this out, though. From experience, some of these pictures that they show through my experience and looking at these videos and all this shit are old pictures. They're not up-to-date pictures, and they put them up like they new pictures. I'm telling you, I'm on everything. You know what I'm saying? On my freaking pet parrot. You know what I'm saying? On my pet parrot, that used to be alive before he goddamn stayed out on the tree branch too long, and that goddamn eagle came down and swooped his ass up. Hey, I'm just telling you. Every person who picked EJ realized they don't know shit about boxing that night. Hey, man, they knew something about their Casanova, you know what I'm saying? They knew something about boxing. They knew it was going to consist of 2 ranked professional fighters, both on the pound-for-pound list, residing in the welterweight division, and they would be contending for all 4 sanctioning bodies. They knew that, and it would take place at the T-Mobile Arena. Date, July 29th. Referee, Harvey Dodd. How many judges? 3 judges. How many commission? 1 commission. They knew about all this, man. They knew about it. But what they wanted to happen, they wanted to use their kinesis. They wanted to try to make shit move shit with their eyes by staring at the ring. You know what I'm saying? During the fighter's introduction, the aerosexuals was up there trying to create controversy. They would say, okay, let it happen this way, let it happen that way. Let Crawford get knocked down and let Spence step on his foot and like Tio and Santa Martin, Spence throw a shot and Crawford get knocked down. Spence go up a 10-8 round in the first and then head in the second. He already up. They was trying to create scenarios, man. I can't make this up. They was trying their best to channel and find their zen and use their imagination to try to influence what was going on in the 4-corner quadrant. When that initial bell rung, they thought for fact, they said, oh my God, it's working. Oh man, Spence won that round. Gee willikers, I love this. Oh man, we actually paid our money for this secret trip and it's worth it. And then when the bell rung for the second round, then it got interesting. That's when the cataracts start to expose themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's when the aerosexuals start doing the hand and mouth movement. That's when they start going through behavioral issues. You know what I'm saying? Erratic outburst. You know what I'm saying? They was just acting weird. When Crawford knocked them down with a jab, they had no, what? Did that just happen? He slipped. Fanon said he slipped. He slipped. Oh, okay. Fanon said he slipped. Okay, cool. If Fanon said he slipped then. Ooh, I thought that. No, why the referee counting? No, Harvey Doc. Why? It was a slip. Fanon said it. He said it. He didn't get knocked down. Oh, man. See, they trying to give the fight to Crawford, man. See, I knew this was going to happen. Man. That's why I hate him. Let's wait for round 3. I'm just saying they was coming up with excuses, bro. Shout out to Hustle Man in the building. What's good with it, brother? Salute to you. Pugilists say, I still don't know the fascination EJ fans had. Dude was so basic and fights were so bland. Maybe had it been Boots in this era against Crawford, I would see why. But EJ, well, I will say this, and I will say this when it came to EJ. I don't think his fight with Kell Brook was bland. I don't think it was boring at all. I think it was a pretty competitive fight. I didn't think his fight with Sean Porter was boring. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. I thought that was a very good, high impact fight. Down to the wire. I just wish Sean Porter wouldn't have got caught with that left hook in the 11th, but he did. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was a good fight. Now it gets a little bleak for me after that. I cannot mention Mikey Garcia for a weight division champion. I respect him. But if I want to watch a high guard, I can got the internal National Geographic and put in Prayer Mantis, you know what I'm saying? Prayer Mantis fights enemy or Prayer Mantis devour enemy. I can watch the Prayer Mantis now if I want to see high guards. I mean, I thought that his fight with Kell Brook for the IBF was good. I thought his fight with Sean Porter was good. I didn't too much give high praise to Danny Garcia, who just didn't fight, or Yordenis Ugas, who stopped fighting. You know what I'm saying? After Lawrence Cole said, stop! You hear me? Then to come to find out that Spence said he thought his teeth had got knocked out, so that's why he went looking for them in the middle of a fight. Man, I can't make this shit up. I can't make it up. I can't make it up, bro. Tank will be a tougher fight for Bud at 147 than EJ. No, I can't agree with you. You was cooking early, but no. It's levels to levels. You know what I'm saying? It's levels to levels, man. I'll take it away nothing from Tank, but Crawford is nothing to play with, man. You can say what you want, but let's talk about boxing IQ. We have to not ever forget that with Crawford. Let's exclude the physicality. Let's exclude, you know what I'm saying, his work ethic. Let's exclude the discipline and everything else that he has. Let's talk about boxing IQ based off what we witnessed, y'all. Based off what we witnessed firsthand. If you didn't see it, here it goes.
Fucking slow for you, all right? You get a chance, counter that fucking jab over the fucking top. Sometimes turn that jab into a hook, all right? You don't have nothing left. You keep me to stay on the inside. Catching counter.
Styles make fights. Tank has a puncher's chance, but I got Bud winning that fight. Man, I got Bud winning that fight. I don't know why, people don't accredit Crawford boxing IQ. I mean, he has a freaking diploma for that shit. the way he make adjustments and shut down his opponents, whether they equal size or bigger, he's did it. He's did it. You know what I'm saying? I was just catching up on your last live and saw you was live now. No doubt. Appreciate you. Shout out to Jessica in the building. I see you on deck. Shout out to the Queen. Wait, he not fighting on Canelo undercard? What happened to all those reports? That I don't know, man. I don't know if the messenger fell out the stork's apron. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the carrier pigeon was shot down by a bunch of kids who love pellet guns, BB guns. I don't know if it was a super soaker. I don't know any of that shit. All I know is he's not on the card. And it's a lot of people that's not really mentioning him not being on that card. I would have liked for him to be on that card with a credible opponent. You know what I'm saying? After seeing Korean Chudikin and Ramon Villa, I'm looking for this newly crowned IBF welterweight world champion. I was waiting for him to step in the ring, man. If you wait around too much longer, Crawford's going to be fighting at 154 pounds. And I'm really not trying to fuse that into the thought process of these fight fans. I'm not really trying to do that shit. It's already too much going on. We're still pissed at how he got the title. All we're trying to do now is figure out when he will have a calendar date to defend the title. You know, because they say no more excuses. Well, God damn it, you sitting there 5 months and 3 days. What's your excuse? What is your freaking excuse, big dog? But how are they making money off Spence if he was fighting every 16 months? Good question. Somebody has been hanging around the block too long. Jessica say, I am woke. I see what's going on. I see. I will not be deceived no more. The cataracts expose themselves. I'm trying not to talk, too much about the cataracts, because I feel like if Team Ennis want to talk about excuses, then they need to start with Spence, because he want to talk about cataracts and all that. You know what I'm saying? As to the excuse to why he fell out of the Crawford rematch, and then show up to Vegas and attempt to jump the line. What's your excuse? You know what I'm saying? You seem healthy. You didn't have an eye patch in there. Crawford said you look like a linebacker. What's the excuse? Now that your cataracts have been removed, you can see your food better, because you're not even freaking taking time out to count the repetitions of that fork. You know what I'm saying? That fork the mouth method that you use. You're not even using proper etiquette since your cataract surgery. Obviously, you see your plate pretty well, because Crawford said you look like a linebacker now for the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know if you're already on the team. I don't know if they had you working out, in training or whatever. But, hey, that fork the mouth method seems to be working for him, dog. The July 29th should have been known as the second great flood, with the amount of tears EJ fans let loose onto this earth soil that night. Hey, man. Hey, you ain't lying, right? You're talking about tears mixed with blood, strawberry juice, wine, crab leg hot butter sauce, white chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate. It had all that combined into one, y'all. You know how many strawberries he was eating? Crawford went in there and turned that man's face into a strawberry. I'm telling you, man, the Red Cross was very, very happy with doing business that night. Real talk. They say the collection that they had saved the lives of many. So they congratulated Bud. They even gave him a key to the Red Cross City. They say, you welcome here anytime. You know what I'm saying? You welcome here anytime. We give you high dollar on your blood whenever you come to donate. But we thank you. We have a supply for the ages. Fanon said he slipped. For real. Fanon was over there. Oh, he slipped. Yep. Like his phone ring just in. Hello? Yes, this is he. Miss Fanon, we just want to check with you. You're watching the fight, right? Yeah. I just want to get verified with you. We at the T-Mobile Arena, and I don't see everything, but what did you see? He slipped. Oh, it wasn't a knockdown. No, he slipped. So Crawford didn't land the right hand. No, he slipped. Okay, I'm gonna tell the judges right now. Okay, good, great, thank you. Enjoy, man. I'll be tuned in. They act like they was calling for none up. They thought they was calling him up for freaking approval. His face was long. Yo, he slipped. No, he didn't slip. He felt that punch. The news, he also said Thurman slipped when Pacquiao knocked him down. Dude is blind. No, he ain't blind. He sees. It's called selective judgment. You know what I'm saying? He makes the decision, you know what I'm saying, the judgment on whether he is lying or he's going to be truthful. And a lot of times, good bows before evil as we know it. You know what I'm saying? Texas sticks together. Lawrence Cole had the orders. For real, man. Lawrence Cole is a made man. They can't mess with Lawrence Cole. That man is going to continue to screw fighters over and over and over again. And they're not going to do anything, but, you know, the fans are going to be disappointed. Believe me, he's a made man. You can't mess with Lawrence Cole, man. I truly believe some of these big aerosexual YouTube creators was crying in their beds that night. I believe it, man. Rub it in their eyeballs, man. You know what I'm saying? Rub it on top of their cataracts, man. Because all EJ fans, to me, they do have a flare-up of cataracts themselves. For real. Because what they saw in Spence, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? The man was out here bucking the system. They knew he wasn't living the lifestyle he's supposed to. They still co-signed him, supported him. They didn't hold him accountable for nothing. They wanted to be like him. Everything he did, they wanted to act like that was something brand new. You know what I'm saying? They always want to talk about, well, you know, Spence is out here training. You know what I'm saying? Somebody mentioned EBT. He knows how to put old pictures up there. Oh, this is Spence training right here. This is Spence training. This is Spence training. That's the same guy who said he hated Crawford. He said, I hate that MFer. You know what I'm saying? I say to myself, how though? If you hated Crawford that much, you definitely was one of the guys that was in the fetal position with the sheets over your head on July 29th. You had to cry yourself to sleep. Yeah, you did. A lot of you aerosexuals really, you know, hit the bottle hard that night. They hit the bottle hard, y'all. Hey, find a vein. Find me a vein right now. Hey, find me a vein. I need a vein right now. Tie me up, man. Tie me up. Tie my arm up. Find that vein, man. You know how to do it right like last time. Find that vein. They had them damn Spence fans looking for veins, man. They wanted to goddamn forget about that day, y'all. They said, no. They was up there, man. They was up there telling their girl, man, I want to be euthanized. No, baby, stop. You taking this too serious. You know, if you get euthanized, you ain't coming back. I know, I want to get euthanized. Find a vein. They want to get euthanized, dog. This is just wild, man. They wanted to get euthanized, man. It's crazy. They was in the fetal position, man, with the Parmesan, you know what I'm saying, with the Patron tequila. Oh my God, man. The Crown Royale hen dog. Man, they was just sitting there sipping on that joint like it was Coke. You know what I'm saying? They was just trying to drown it out. They wanted to forget, y'all. They wanted to forget. For real. They wanted it to be a past memory, y'all. But it's up to us to continue to prevent that from happening in its totality. It's up to us to keep on marching forward and remind them for whence they came Yes, we want to remind you from whence you came. Yes, we want to take it back to 23, 22, 21, 20. Yeah, we want to remind you of all the bullshit you was talking. That's what we here for. You know what I'm saying? We want to remind you that we was a part of the best fish fry ever in the YTC community. I know you may hit that volume button and listen to what I'm saying, and you're not going to hit the like button. I get it. I get it. I got it. You know what I'm saying? I become desensitized to that. I know you're listening. Being that God couldn't bless us with muting and unmuting our ears, I know you are hearing what I'm saying. All right? Shout out to that guy, Eclipse 330. What's going on with his square? How you feeling, man? You know what I'm saying? What's good? The Great American Fish Fry, or July 29, 2023, was a day that we'll never forget. I think I might throw a party for the 1 anniversary. See, I've been trying to wait and be patient, man. You know what I'm saying? May, June, July. I was going to wait till after this month to really start, talking about that 1 year anniversary, man. We really got to pay homage. We got to celebrate like no other. You know what I'm saying? We definitely got to plan accordingly to celebrate that. The 1 year anniversary of the T-Mobile massacre is on the horizon, y'all. Just like the eclipse, that too will shade out the YTC. Yes, I'm going to make sure of that. You know what I'm saying? Good reminder there, 330. You know what I'm saying? Good reminder, man. Yeah, from whence you came. See, I know you know. Hey, I know you know, man. If nobody else on here, I know you know, man, from whence they came. I got to remind them, man. You know what I'm saying? What good am I if I don't remind them of the 5 years it took to get the fight, actually seeing it happen, disgruntled about the results, start a smear campaign with propaganda, aerosexuals disappeared, went into seclusion. This is just unhinged in all shapes and form, man. This is not the way boxing's supposed to be. It's supposed to have been a night where if you was on the aerosexual side, you was on the Spence fan and you lost, you supposed to accept it and keep it marching. If you was on the Crawford side, you supposed to celebrate it accordingly. But they went on a smear campaign talking about he was juicing, talking about, all this weight drain, Crawford cheating, he had stuff in his glove. And then even Diddy James up there massaging his gloves. No, bro, you're not going to get an out on this. You're not going to savage your you're not going to be able to savage your career and try to say, oh, commission, check his gloves. I felt something in there. Yeah, motherfucker, it was my hand. That's what you felt. It was my motherfucking, them knuckles. Ask Spence how they feel. Or better yet, if you want me, I still got my gloves on. You want me to, give you one of these right hands, I can. I can give you a lead hook. Turn that jab into a hook. I can show you what it feel like. No, I don't want that. I saw what you did to my fighter. I don't want that right there. Well, don't massage my gloves like that. Now you playing with me. Now you're trying to say I didn't win this honestly. I had to cheat to beat your fighter. Diddy James up there massaging the gloves of Terrence Crawford. How disrespectful is that? And on top of it, his fans, they seen it, and then they ran with it. They pretty much ran with it. They said, okay, you know what I'm saying? If Diddy James thought that it's no way Crawford could pull this off, then we don't either. Now we about to run a smear campaign on his name and sit up here and say he was cheating. He was using snack. He was on something. He didn't start using snack to this, that, and the other. Who cares, bro? It's about to be the 1 year anniversary, and y'all need to get over it. Because I repeat, the ultimate test of a man is not where he stands in the moment of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at the time of challenge and controversy. And we know that there was plenty of times in controversy that Spence wasn't standing. Can I get a hey man? Yeah. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a sore loser. We're going on a year. I don't know why you aerosexuals still mad. I don't know why y'all still mad. I don't know why y'all continue to say Crawford, he didn't do this, and he don't want to do that, and he could have made the no. The very same fighter that you was rah-rahing about decided to squander away the remaining half of 2023 all the way to the final semester into 2024 and get cataract surgery. And he lied to y'all because he said he's not going to make excuses. And that's exactly what he did. He made excuses, man. This man made freaking excuses. I am so disappointed in y'all. And on behalf of my chat, whoever they may be, all I have to say to you, aerosexual, you are the worst. You are the absolute worst fan base ever in the sport, in the history of boxing. You are the absolute epitome of what a boxing fan base should be like, because you did nothing to help Spence understand. You did nothing. I didn't hear y'all once after he won that WBC title from Sean Porter. I didn't hear y'all. Hey, bro. I know from my sources, I know how you get down out here in these streets. Listen to me, bro. If your itinerary is to get the WBO title and unify the welterweight division, bro, don't go out here and get in any trouble. Chill. Goddamn, fuck around at the house. Don't get behind the wheel, man. Have your fun. You let somebody else drive, man. That's all you got to do. We still have, the second half of this to accomplish, man. You have 2 more titles to get. I didn't hear none of you aerosexuals doing that. All y'all was saying, oh, man, he beat Porter. Crawford next. You know, you wasn't even giving him any words of advice, man. I think Shaw News gave him more advice than y'all. Y'all didn't even give him any words of wisdom. Say, hey, this only halfway, bro. We need you to chill. Get these other 2 straps, man. Nope. It wouldn't be the case, y'all. It wouldn't be the case. That's all I'm saying. It wouldn't be the case. I don't hate to continue to bring them up and remind them they the worst fan base ever in boxing. But I just try to remind you that you're the worst fan base ever in boxing. And that you need to be better fans of the next fighter. And if that fighter is Boots, good luck, man. The only thing I would say, I'm going to do what y'all should have said to Spence. I'm going to reach out and say, Boots, please don't allow them in your presence or your company to be your fans. They will basically provide you with the same results that they gave Spence. Even though you don't live their lifestyle, they will find some type of way to sabotage you. Be careful about them infiltrators, them aerosexual infiltrators, their Boots. Hand him 2 packs of tartar sauce. Guppies are beyond the worst. They're literally what is wrong with boxing. Hey, man, we just have to remind them, at the end of the day, all I'm saying, the eclipse is that Boots wanted the title so quickly, but it's been 5 months, 3 days, man. He ain't did shit. Why? Why you haven't did anything, bro? Why? I'm just curious of why you haven't did anything. You wanted the title so quickly, but yet they haven't been a sense of urgency for you to defend it, bro. That's all I'm saying. Let me take this down. I'm pretty sure they can hit the replay and understand that. Let me give y'all another glimpse of the thumbnail. Ennis expedited IBF title, but no defense. Time is a ticking. The IBF say 9 months, and he's over 5 months now. You know what I'm saying? So somebody say June. So that's 2 more months. That put him close. That'll put him at 7. Let's see if he's able to get it. That'll put him at 7. Let's see what happens. That's all I'm saying. Let's see what happens. But until then, y'all already know what it is, man. 2-time undisputed. That's Jim Gray interviewing Crawford before the ring walk. You know, I had to put the red in the background because that's all I goddamn saw, y'all. That's all I saw. I seen red. Not the type of red when it deals with rage. I saw that red ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw it red. It keep getting red, more red. And then I recognized Crawford was causing the bloodshed. You know, he was just there on a mission. Crawford was an Omaha mercenary that night. You know what I'm saying? An Omaha mercenary, bro. I mean, what fight did you see? You know what I'm saying? Where a fighter's face start to bleed out red, and it's only the freaking second round. It wasn't from running into an elbow or anything like. This was from punches, y'all. That's how crazy. That's why I put the red, the highlight up in there, because everything turned to red, man. It was like the hunt for Red October, but it was July. I said, Jesus, bud. I didn't know you was in the service. You was a Navy captain. Man, I need to stop, man. I need to stop for real. Hey, man, shout out to y'all. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game, man. I'm at my hour and a half. Man, y'all hold it down. Continue to support the channel. You know what I'm saying? And big shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. A-Side official. No negotiation needed.